We are growing fast here at Gridcore Technologies, and with that growth comes the need to understand how to sustain high performance. As the HR strategy team, Trevor, Audrey, Nick, and Kyle set out to explore what sets great employees apart and how HR can better support that. The result is Project Elevate, a high research based initiative focused on uncovering what drives performance and turning those insights into action. This project is structured around four main pillars. We begin by defining what greatness looks like at Gridcore, the qualities that set top performers apart, and how those align with our company's growth. Next, we dive in and survey insights from employees, where we asked you what motivates you and what support do you need to succeed. From there, we introduced our action plan, built directly from that feedback, with targeted programs to strengthen the values that matter most here. And finally, we'll look at the potential risks and share how we plan to address them to ensure successful rollout. To elevate performance across Gridcore, we needed to start with a clear definition of what high performance actually means in this context. This section lays that foundation. It explores the core traits and behaviors that set employees apart, not just in output, but also in mindset and impact. At Gridcore, we define greatness as consistently going beyond expectations through initiative, technical leadership, strong engagement, and meaningful contributions to both team and company success. It's more than just doing your job well, it's about stepping up, supporting others, and staying aligned with a bigger picture. This definition shaped how we built our survey and how we analyze what really drives standout performance. And now, with that in mind, I'll hand it over to my teammate to walk through what we heard from you.
Thank you, Audrey. My name is Trevor, and I'm going to be continuing with survey insights by identifying consistencies in data and identifying drivers that motivate employees. Building on our definition of greatness, we looked at where those qualities are showing up across Gridcore and where they are being held back. This section goes over what we heard from employees, the conditions that support high performance, and the patterns that emerged around motivation, leadership, and growth. To better understand what drives performance here at Gridcore, we gathered responses from 30 employees across a variety of roles and levels. Nearly half of the respondents were in associate or staff positions, which gave us strong insight to how day to day is experienced across teams. The survey was distributed internally and included a combination of structured and open ended questions. The structured items focused on leadership behaviors, such as how often managers give feedback, communicate clearly, or support career growth, using a Likert type scale to capture frequency and consistency. Open ended questions asked employees what helps them thrive, what separates good performance from great, and what changes would make the biggest difference in their role. We analyzed data using a mixed methods approach. Quantitative responses were reviewed for trends and frequency patterns, while qualitative answers were coded for recurring language, which we grouped into broader themes like recognition, autonomy, and manager support. This approach helped us uncover both measurable trends and deeper insights that go beyond surface level interpretation. To explore how employees define greatness, we asked the question: which of the following qualities or actions do you think help someone go from being a good employee to a great one in your role or industry? This was a select up to three format, which allowed participants to reflect on the qualities they genuinely value. The top response was initiative, selected by 49% of respondents. This aligns closely with self determination theory, which explains that when people feel autonomous and self directed, they're more likely to take initiative and go beyond expectations. Leadership and adaptability followed at 43%, both reflecting theories like transformational leadership, where inspiring others plays a core role in greatness, and contingency theory, which emphasizes the value of flexible thinking in complex environments. Supporting others came in at 30%, pointing toward organizational citizenship behavior, where employees act in service of the team, not just their individual tasks. Finally, improving skills was named by 27%, connecting to goal setting theory, which states that developing new capabilities is a major driver in performance. This is backed by research beyond our own data. A 2023 article from the University of North Georgia highlights how investing in employee growth leads to stronger engagement and retention, reinforcing that personal development isn't just an employee desire, it is the company's best interest to do so. The American Psychological Association echoes this, underscoring that intrinsic motivation, like skill building and self improvement, leads to sustained effort and satisfaction. We continue by exploring what motivates employees to bring greatness to work every day. This time, we asked respondents to select up to three factors that most influence their ability to perform at their best. The leading motivator was contributing to a cause or mission, something strongly supported by self determination theory, which emphasizes how purpose and meaning fuel intrinsic motivation. Growth opportunities came next, reinforcing what we touched on earlier from the University of North Georgia. Investing in employee development isn't just good for individuals, it's also in the organization's best interest. Fair compensation also ranked high, aligning with the equity theory, which highlights how perceived fairness and effort and rewards impacts motivation. We see the American Psychological Association also reinforce this idea. The internal drivers like purpose and personal development tend to sustain motivation more effectively than external rewards alone. Other also showed up in the top five, likely pointing to individual, unique motivators beyond the options we listed. And finally, a positive work environment stood out, supported by Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where connection and belonging are key to workplace fulfillment.
Thank you for that, Trevor. My name's Kyle, and I'm going to be going over the action plan. After gathering insight into what employees believe makes someone great and what truly motivates them to perform at their best, we took a step back to ask, how can HR actively support these drivers in a way that's sustainable and relevant to Gridcore's culture? That question led us to the development of the Good to Great framework, a focused initiative designed to reinforce the qualities employees value most, like initiative, adaptability, purpose, and growth. This framework turns insight into strategy and momentum into structure, with practical steps to help individuals and teams move from good to great. Our Good to Great framework is built around four core components. Starting on the left, we will begin a 90-minute small cross-functional workshop called Mission Labs on a quarterly basis. These meetings will begin with a mission mapping activity where employees will identify how their daily tasks connect or doesn't to the company's mission. Next, impact sprints will begin with brainstorming solutions to a real customer needs. This will lead into process remixing where employees will have the opportunity to redesign a service or a product at Gridcore to better align with our purpose. Finally, the session will end reviewing customer feedback to improve how we work. This element of G2G framework supports the motivator of contributing to a larger purpose, fulfilling the psychological need for relatedness as outlined in the self-determination theory. Next, mentorship pods are rotating 12-month peer groups guided by a trained mentor focused on sharing growth and support. This taps into the key motivator that is growth and opportunities and is grounded in transformational leadership theory, which aims to inspire and develop employees to reach their highest potential. Quarterly Spotlight is a peer-nominated recognition program that highlights employees who consistently model high-performance behaviors. While not monetary, it provides meaningful benefit through visibility and appreciation, reinforcing the idea in expectancy theory that effort leads to recognition, and applying positive reinforcement by encouraging repeat behaviors through acknowledgement. Finally, professional development offers monthly 1-hour sessions led by rotating internal or external experts, helping employees grow both soft and hard skills. This also supports growth opportunities and rooted in self-determination theory, particularly the need for competence. Each element of the G2G framework is designed to reinforce a positive, support work environment, one of the top motivators identified by employees, and to continue strengthening Gridcore's culture as the organization grows. With the G2G framework clearly defined, this slide shows how we'll roll it out across the next several months. We start in July with an awareness campaign to get the word out and begin recruiting mentors and professional development facilitators. In August, we'll finalize those mentor pairings and assign workshop leads. September is all about preparation, preparing the agenda, conversation topics, and meeting invites for October's first Mission Lab workshop. Then in October, the full program kicks off with Gridcore's very first quarterly Mission Lab, mentorship pods, and professional development. From there, we'll maintain momentum. November includes HR follow-ups from the first Mission Lab, plus ongoing mentorship and learning. That cadences continue through December, and then in January, we celebrate the first quarterly Spotlight Awards, recognizing the standout performers who truly embody what it means to go from good to great from the first quarter. As with any new initiative, it's important to think ahead about what could get in the way of success. Even with a strong strategy like G2G framework, thoughtful planning means recognizing potential barriers early. In this next section, we'll highlight a few key risks that could impact rollout, and more importantly, how we plan to address them. Now I'm going to pass it on to my classmate Nick to go over risk and mitigation.
Thank you, Kyle, for walking us through that rollout plan. As we look ahead, it's also important to anticipate potential challenges that could impact the success of the G2G framework. Thoughtful planning doesn't just mean building a strong initiative, it also means preparing for what might get in the way. We identified three key risks. First is recognition favoritism. If the same individuals are nominated repeatedly, the quarterly spotlight could feel more like a popularity contest. To avoid that, we've implemented behavioral based criteria, anonymous nominations, and a rotating panel to ensure fairness. Secondly, scheduling conflicts. Coordinating across teams can be difficult, so we'll stay ahead of this by planning early, offering flexible time slots, and embedding sessions into existing workflows. Lastly is low participation. If the purpose isn't clear or the time commitment feels too high, employees may be hesitant to join. We're addressing this with clear communication, visible leadership support, and accessible entry points to ease people in. By tackling these challenges up front, we're giving the G2G framework the best chance for long-term success. In closing, we started by asking ourselves what drives great performance at Gridcore. Employee insights led us to the G2G framework, a set of programs designed to support growth, purpose, and performance. From mission labs to mentorship pods, each element reflects what matters most to our people. With a clear rollout and risk plan in place, we're turning insights into action and building a stronger, more motivated culture. Thank you all for your time. We are very excited to bring this to life.